Hi everyone, today we are going to see Spectrum, a brief history on modern India, Chapter 1, Sources for the History of Modern India. In the previous video, we have discussed about what is archives and some categories of archives like central government archives, state government archives, intermediate or subordinate archives, and some judicial records, which were helpful sources in tracing the history of modern India. I have given the link of the previous video in the description. Please do watch and come so that you can understand clearly. If you are watching my video for the first time or you have still not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe and support me. Now let's see the archives of other European powers. The Portuguese related records were preserved in Goa and it contains the details of 1700 to 1900 even, that is, orders and dispatches from Lisbon to Goa and vice versa. The Dutch records of Cochin and Malabar were housed in Madras Record Office, and the Dutch records of Sinsura were housed in State Archives of West Bengal. The French archives of Chandranagar and Pondicherry were taken to Paris. Danish records were taken to Copenhagen in 1848, where the Dutch sold the Tranquebar and Sirampur to English East India Company. The remaining relating to the Tranquebar were housed in Madras Record Office. Now let's see the published archives. The most significant published archive is Parliamentary Papers. It contains the records of East India Company and Government of India under Crown, the reports of Parliamentary Select Committees, the reports of Royal Commissions on specific subjects like education, civil reforms, and famines. Now let's see the private archives. It comprises of documents of individuals and families of note played a significant role in modern India development, and also the papers of eminent leaders and records of organizations like Indian National Congress are housed at Nehru Memorial Museum and Library in New Delhi, and also the archives of banks, business houses, and chambers of commerce gives a valuable information. Now let's see the foreign repositories. India Office records in England and the records kept in the British Museum is one of such kind. This India Office record comprises of minutes of Court of Directors and General Courts of East India Company and records of Secretary of State and Indian Council. It consists of archives of missionary societies and archives about India in Paris, which is related to French, and Rijksarchief Hague related to Dutch, Copenhagen related to Danish, Lisbon related to Portuguese, and some that is preserved in Pakistan, erstwhile India. Now let's see the records traced from the biographers, memos, and travel accounts. Bishop Heber's journal and Abbe Dubois's Hindu Manners of Custom gives a valuable information on socio-economic life of India during decline of Indian powers and rise of British. Some of the famous British travelers also wrote some travel accounts. They were George Foster, Benjamin Hayne, James Burness, who wrote narrative of a visit to the court of Sindh, Alexander Burns' travels into Bokhara, C.J.C. Davison's diary of travels and adventures in Upper India, and John Butler's travels and adventures in the province of Assam. Now let's see the famous non-British travelers who wrote about India. They were Victor J. Cumont, who wrote letters from India describing a journey in the British domains of India, Tibet, Lahore, and Kashmir during the years of 1828, 1829, and 1831. Baron Charles, who wrote travels in Kashmir and the Punjab, and William Moorcroft. These travel accounts are indispensable and reliable sources for constructing the history of modern India. In the next video, we will see about the newspapers and journals, oral evidence, creative literature, and paintings which were useful sources to trace the history of modern India. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and support us. Thanks for watching.